No.
Okay, these are my note cards.
Hello, I'm Dot, and I'm 22 years old.
I'm Bella. I'm 22 years old.
Hi, I'm Whitney. I'm 21 years old.
Hi, I'm Zach, and I'm 24 years old.
Hi, I'm Shanye, and I'm 22 years old.
Okay. Okay, everyone close your eyes. So, I want you to think about all of the teachers that you've had in your life from kindergarten up until now. Okay, open your eyes. So, probably in that few seconds, you thought about probably up to 40 or 50 teachers that you've had. As college students, most of us have spent pretty much most of our lives listening to different teachers, and they've helped to kind of shape who we are and what we've learned over time. As I look forward to graduating in a month, I've been thinking about how I'm going to be in my own classroom in the fall and thinking about how the teachers that I've had have impacted me and my own teaching style. And today I want to talk to you guys about probably the most influential teacher I've had in my life, who is my grandmother, who I like to consider my first teacher of sorts. So my grandmother is Mary Josie. She's a feisty 72-year-old. And as I was thinking about her and all the things that she's done for me and the impact that she's had on my life, I came to the conclusion that my grandmother has taught me three main lessons that I kind of live by, and they have kind of shaped me to be the person that I am today. So I'm going to share those with you guys. So first lesson I want to share, and it's an expression that my grandmother has said to me from a very small child. It's, if you lie down with dogs, you get up with fleas. And I'm sure that some of you have maybe even heard this from your grandparents or parents. And what it means to me, or the impact that it's had on me as a person, is that it's helped me to really think about the people that I keep in my close circle and those who I, associate with, and also how I influence others and how they influence me. It's kind of always been a little saying in the back of my mind, thinking about my grandmother and how she would always say that, and talking about me and my interactions with others, and how how the people I choose to be around could really have a huge impact on how you live your life and your lifestyle. So her little bit of blurb of conscience has helped me to get through to being a successful adult today. The second piece of advice I want to share from my grandmother is to always taste. One really big important part of our relationship is that we cook together a lot. Especially in my childhood, I spent a lot of time cooking with my grandmother and time with her in the kitchen. So it's really important to me to think about her always telling me to taste things as we're making them and kind of try as you go along. And one way I apply that to my life and thinking about how she lived her life and how I want to reach my own goals is thinking about your life as kind of a recipe, and you're always kind of tasting and checking in to make sure that you're going to reach that end goal of the meal that you're looking for. And so that's really important to me to think about my grandmother and how she's kind of always like encouraging me to take risks and try new things, and keeping her advice kind of in the back of my mind. And the last thing that I want to share with you guys is kind of a funny, another live by rule that I have, and it's always speak when you walk into a room. And my grandmother, when I was younger, was really a big proponent of this, and I guess I decided once that I was going to not say good morning when I walked into a room, and it went on for about 3 or 4 days, and then she pulled me aside and told me how incredibly rude it was and how I was not going to do that anymore. And she even made me write 200 times that I will speak when I walk into a room, because she felt like that was something that was really important. And as a kid, I was really annoyed about it and didn't think that it was that important or that it was a huge deal. But it's kind of something that stuck with me. And now that I am an adult, I can see the benefits of her kind of ingraining that in me. I know that I can always put my best foot forward when I'm walking into a room, and it's kind of given me the confidence to make a lot of really good first impressions. So going into the professional world, I can think about all these things that she's taught me to kind of build me up to who I am today. And going forward, I will be graduating in a month, and my grandmother won't be able to be here because she has recently taken ill, but I know that her lessons and everything that she's built inside of me will be with me as I walk across that stage, and that's why I just wanted to celebrate her today and kind of think about her and all the things she's done for me.